Thank you very much. I'm honored to be here in front of you. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Disha Foundation for inviting me to share my views, my journey about leadership. You can see the theme of this conference is institutionalizing the leadership development. So there are three words, and those three words are very important for us to understand first. First is Disha means you are taking a direction. You need to know where the north is in life. If you don't, then you will be lost. So all of us need to have a purpose in life, and also we have to work towards that and realizing it. I'm very happy to know that all of you are selected to be here and learn about how to develop yourself as an individual and then become a leader for whatever chosen field you have or will take and contribute meaningfully in nation's building. First, you need to build yourself. Second, you need to build your family. And third, society and a nation. So it's very important that we prepare ourselves through this kind of conference and learn from those who has walked the path of leadership and learn from them, which will reduce your time to become a leader. In my opinion, all of you have chosen and taken responsibility to become a leader. Otherwise, you will not be here. So therefore, now the second stage comes for you, and it is your responsibility to equip yourself with what will make you a leader who is effective, a leader who can represent, a leader who could be a role model, a leader who can help build the nation. We heard our previous speakers that this nation building is so important because our minds are colonized from years of slavery. First Mughal came, then came the British, and we are all conditioned. You are even conditioned through our education, through our societal setup, and how we break out of it is first challenge all of us face. So what I would like to share with you, that these three aspects of institutionalizing, the first, all of us, we need to understand that we are the institution ourselves as an individual. When you become institution yourself, then you will help build the institution outside of yourself. And what are the qualities you will require? I'll speak about that. How you can develop those things, I'll speak about that. But let me give you a little background of mine, because most of you feel I was born with golden spoon, but I'm not. I was born in Africa at age 5, came here. I studied in a small village, 50 kilometers from there. No running water, dusty road, no electricity. Walked every day, 6 kilometers to high school. Graduated from MS University in Commerce, and then I went to US in '69 to pursue my MBA. When I first landed in America, I had $2. So that's the beginning of my life. I went to US to realize my American dream. And I would like you to learn that this is the best time for all of you to realize your Indian dream. And for that, hopefully you will take some lessons from my journey and help yourself. So first, I bought a small property. When I bought my first job in life was a waiter in a restaurant. 13 short years later, I was able to buy 4 hotels with a restaurant where I worked before. When you have tenacity, when you have courage, and we have willpower to do something for yourself, you can do anything in life. So that's the first thing. And over the years, with brothers who joined me, we have built and or bought more than 110 hotels in America. Today, we have 35 hotels, 7,000 hotel rooms. 2 are here in Surat. We built first 5-star hotel in Surat called then Rama Regency, but right now Marriott. So I want you to see the journey. The first step is not the last step in life. So I want you to take the journey and don't stop. There are challenges in life. I faced it. Buying hotels, running hotels. We have more than 3,000 people working in America. We have 650 people working in India. To manage them is also a challenge. And you can see that I have paid my price by losing all my hair. Why? Because you have to sacrifice, you have to work hard for what you believe in to do things in life. This is one part of building business. The second part I saw in US. Now I'm talking about how you can build from small idea and make it big and make an impact. The second idea I would like to share with you is that I was traveling to US in a national highway, and I saw a sign called American Owned and Operated. I saw why they're putting this sign. Then I found out that they were trying to get the business, Americans own business, motels, they were trying to lure away business from Indian owned hotels. So it dawned on me that if American traveling public start believing in this, I'll be out of business. So I said, we need to do something about it. With some friends and some progressive thinker in the hospitality industry collaborated with me, and we started, and I'm the first founder chairman of Asian American Hotel Owners Association. I spend all my money away from the business, away from the family, to build that organization. I would like to share with you that we didn't have any infrastructure. I traveled throughout the country convincing Indian-owned hoteliers who are mostly accidental hoteliers like me. We never went to hotel school. We didn't have a capital. We didn't have any experience of running a hotel. Today, that association has more than 25,000 members. They control 65% of all hotels in America. And of that, more than 70-80% of all hotels in America that are owned by Asian Indian resides 100 kilometers of Surat. They are owning billions of dollars worth of business. And all of them are sons and daughters of farmers from India with no proficiency in communications, no capital, no experience of hotel business. And yet they made it. How? Because among Indians, with our cultural heritage, we are hospitable people. Atithi Deva Bhava is ingrained in us. So it overcomes, when you give that service, when somebody is giving you money, you are more careful about it. That overcomes all the limitations. So sometimes we understand the simple idea of starting something, and now AHOA, Asian American Hotel Owners, is a major force in America. I then thought to fight the prejudice and discrimination that existed in hotel industry. I thought that we need to build a bridge to the mainstream of American hospitality industry. So I stood to lead and become chairman eventually of American Hotel and Motel Association, the first Indian immigrant to become. It's the largest association in the world. Full-fledged, 150 people working in Washington, D.C., lobbyists, and I had a privilege to lead that organization. And in that process, to make accidental hoteliers to become professional hoteliers, I introduced an education element to make accidental hoteliers to be professional hoteliers. And that is how I was now can call an accidental educator opening this Oro University. Now you think about a small thing that you do 30 years ago, and today I am using that experience to develop this university. And I'll take you to the journey of what this institution stands for. And in the process, you will learn how to institutionalize, how to create a leadership out of this process. So, the next phase, the real life example I'm going to give you is that this university is based on three things. First, vision. And vision, then the mission, and then the code of conduct. This is how you can develop the institution. You can create the ecosystem in which others can also have opportunity to help themselves and be a leader. The tagline for this university at Oro University, which we put 13 years ago when we first opened this university, learner to leader. This is our tagline as a university. So we are a leadership university, which makes us more accountable and responsible that how we are supposed to do, how we are delivering it, and what it takes to deliver. And in that process, I hope you will learn something to help yourself to be an effective leader. So, I'm going to give you the vision statement of this university. Each organization that I worked, as a leader, you're supposed to, when you bring the institute, you build the institution, there are three things most important. One is vision statement is very important because that gives the direction, the Disha. The second is mission. That determines the boundary in which you have to work and how you can satisfy the stakeholder that you are going to serve. Whether it's community, whether it's people, whether it's a business, you have associates, you have customers. It doesn't matter what you do in life. What is your mission? And third, most important, how are you going to deliver it? What it will take to deliver it. So I'm going to give you that way of looking at any organization, anything you do in life. Remember to develop three things: vision, mission, and code of conduct. We call core values. We can call it living principles to execute. Now, mission also requires tactical actions, because when you have action, then things happen. Otherwise, it will be in the shelf. It doesn't have any effect. You will not have positive result. You will not make progress. So it's very important that we have to have a action backed up to achieve our mission. Our vision statement is to be a premier university. Now here, every word is important. Anything we do in this university has to have a meaning. Premier means nothing static, dynamic, ever-changing. What is premier yesterday is not premier today. So we have to constantly improve ourselves, keep moving forward. Second is that integral. This university, a premier university of integral. Integral means we as a human being are made out of four beings. We have four beings operating with us. We have operating systems. It's called mental operating systems. We think, we imagine, we create. The second is a vital being which drives us, ambition, ego. All that comes into play, and I'll explain to you all that. The integral is four aspects of human existence, transformative. That means we all need to recognize that all of us, we need to learn how to transform from point A to B or B to Z, subject to your aptitude and interests and your own drive. How you can transform yourself, because you need to adjust to the ever-changing world around us. That's why we cannot be static. You cannot be at the same place. What is accomplished is no longer good tomorrow. All of you belongs to future. You need to think future, not the past. Past is reference, present is where you have to focus, because future is unknown. But if you focus on present, you will prepare yourself for future. So our vision here is to develop all aspects of human existence. The physical education is very important in this university. We have physical education compulsory because physical education develops discipline, helps you have endurance, flexibility, agility. All this is required to do business. All this is required to anything we do on a physical level. Anything. This is very important. Good habits. All this is very important for physical education, and we made it very important here, because also physical activity helps you build the character, team spirit, working with each other. If you fail, somebody needs to help you, or you should improve yourself. All these things very important as you move on in life. The mental education is to develop a power of observation. All of us don't have time to be in a classroom all the time. When you observe things around it, you will learn from it. It will shorten your learning about any subjects. But you have to have that open mind. If you observe, you learn from it, and you use it whenever it is required to use it. When I first my first job as a waiter was not the last, but I learned something about restaurant while I was a waiter, and I was able to use it later on. It also developed a reasoning and judgmental power, because we all have to make decisions. We have to find what is right and wrong. So we need to have a good mental status, a consciousness through which we can make decisions. A vital education is very important because it's a life force. It drives you. It also develops a creativity. It is very important to develop equanimity and power for managing emotions. We all are servant of our emotions. We need to learn how to manage our emotions. Anguish, envy, ego, jealousy. All these are emotions that we need to learn how to manage, because they come in our way. And if they come in our way, we become ineffective. A spiritual education is very fundamental, because that's the basis of this creation. Because without spiritual education, you don't exist. Why? Because there is something called soul, inner being reside within us. When it leaves, you don't exist. You are dead. So do we take trouble? Do we even try to recognize that there is something beyond mind, our physical desires, our requirement on an external level, there is internal level is even more important. All of you are going to live in a very competitive, ever-changing, fast-changing ecosystem in which you will live and work and compete. And how are you getting ready for it? If you are stable with your inner being, elevating your consciousness, you need practice for that. Our mission is grounded in value-based education. And for that, our mission is to the student for self-discovery and self-mastery. When you discover yourself, when you know your weakness and your strength, you can work on it. Because all of us are not perfect. So we need to develop a habit of self-reflection. What are the I will give you one formula of success in life that I have used myself. Because many people ask me, what is just key to your success? Then I said, how do I explain this? So I saw that, to me, definition of success is overcoming one's limitations, barriers, and weaknesses. The speed with which you overcome your limitations, barriers, and weaknesses will determine the speed with which you will be successful in life, irrespective of your station in life. Right now you may be student, tomorrow you will be spouse, then you will be parents, then you will run a business, you will be professional, you will manage business. At all levels, all these things, you need to identify what is my limitation, what is my barrier that comes in the way, and what is the weakness I have. Put the 3 columns, write down and work on it. You are creative, you have energetic mind, use it to help yourself. If you don't know, ask. Create mentors to help yourself to overcome it. Because you are at the best position to spend time to help yourself. Trust me, the more you prepare for yourself, better you are to succeed in life. Smoother, better, and enjoyable. For faculty, we have to provide a platform where they can be mentor and guide to the student. So, because they are also preparing future leaders, they have to impart knowledge that is current, learning from industry, and bring to the classroom. To industry and community, the student with intellectual competence, reality-based knowledge, experiential learning, we do that here, with personal integrity, and most importantly, socially responsible leader. This is what community recognize. This is what Disha Foundation is doing, that how you could become a socially responsible leader. The parents, what parents want? Parents want values in their children. Do you develop those values? And how you are helping yourself to earn the trust of your parents so that they could help you move forward also, rather than come in your way. Do you recognize what their expectation is and how you help them meet those expectations? So this is very important for all of you to understand that all this, what I just talked to you, that is what this university stands for. This is an institution. Institution needs to create ecosystem, a operating culture that outlasts the founder. That's why it is very important that as a leader, you leave something that helps what you did had a longevity, sustainability, the way you started with. It is expectation, but we have to work towards that right now, which is our Prime Minister right now doing, is creating an ecosystem where we are decolonizing our mind. He's helping us decolonize our mind. How we can bring back the virasat that we inherited from Vedic art, from our scripture. We have all the knowledge of Gita, which can help us to keep ourselves intact and give a direction to our life. I would like to leave some time for question and answer, so I will walk very quickly. What are the core values which will prepare you to be ready for life? I want you to look at this as acts of life. They are all used to computer and websites. I want you to think that all these 12 living principles are from now on acts of life to develop your 4 operating systems at mental level, at physical level, at vital level, and your inner being level. So first thing you require is aspiration of life. Aspiration is not motivation. Motivation is external. It is not ambition. Aspiration is fire within you. I heard many speakers talking about Dinesh Bhai. He said that he ignited fire within those leaders that spoke before me. That fire is now going on their own. His job is done. However, he needs to continuously help them motivate. But motivation is stationary, is just temporary. The fire that you have within you will help you overcome any weakness, limitation, and barriers in life. So it is very important that you continuously aspire to do things higher, better, because it is in our DNA. We are, whether we like it or not, we are taking birth, and we are going to die, and we're going to have another life. We are explorer. We are the greatest explorer as a human being. From ages we've been living different births and reincarnation, and now we are going to have more births going forward. How we are getting ready for next one. This is very important, and this requires your, each one of us is aspiring for something. Question is it external or fire within your belly? If you have fire within your belly, nobody can stop you. A chai wala can become a PM. A person who was pumping gas station in Sicily, and he became the billionaire, the most successful person, Dhirubhai Ambani. We have example like this. Many diamond businessmen in this town, fourth grader, came in Champal, no education, and they are running $2 billion, $3 billion business. They realized their Indian dream in Surat, because Surat is America for them. They didn't have to go to America. I went, because Surat didn't exist then. I came back in '82 to develop a hotel. You probably wonder why I developed a hotel. I wanted our second generation to come to India, not as a tourist. Because they will visit one time, two times. You don't go to the same country as a tourist. I wanted them to connect to Indian culture and spiritual knowledge that this country has to offer. So they will come through business, and it is happening. Trust me. This is I envisioned in '82, and my second generation and even the third generation is now gravitating to India and wants to be part of the economic development of this country. You are at opportune time in this country that you are going to see the Amrit Kal in front of you. We may not be there, but you will see it. So how are you getting ready for it? One is very important thing. When you have aspiration, you need to have sincerity. When you put sincere efforts in anything you do, you will make some progress. Because lack of sincerity translates in not performing our duties to the expectation of our station in life. Remember, station in life. So it's very important that we do everything with sincere efforts, and it will translate into perfection. And when you do things perfectly, it turns into excellence. And everybody loves excellence. Third core values is receptivity. You need to start learning how to be open to learn, and with that change, not stay same thing. So we need to adapt rather than miserably fail, not by not learning. If you learn it, knowledge is power, and receptivity helps you. It's like an antenna. You are receiving things from anything by walking on the street, by talking to somebody selling saris. Look at how they sell saris to ladies. You can learn anything from anybody. Use that to help yourself to do what you need to do in your life. In business, we always broaden our horizon to learn how to grow the business, but we also need to learn how to grow ourselves. How do we update our operating systems, mental, vital, physical, and spiritual, at all times, like you updating. We have softwares for computer, how we are operating, how we are upgrading our own systems. That will help you keep moving forward. The other is courage. The courage is standing like a rock. In life, all of us make decisions of things that we don't know yet, but we have to make it. In business, we do it. And in fact, many of you are not married. The biggest challenge you will have is to choose, and using your courage to choose your spouse. That will take your courage. Because you will have a choice. When we are challenged, We need to have courage to move, make a decision. In life, we make a lot of decisions, in business, and we have to plunge into it. Courage is not brevity, it is fearlessness. When you have brevity, you know this is dangerous, but you still do it. That's brevity. Courage is like solid. Nothing moves you. You are fearless, and that is required. And that's what you see. Many models in this country, including your PM right now. Gratitude. We express thank you to people who help us. And we need to help somebody. Gratitude is about opening the door for those people who helped us for the next help that we may ask them. Many times we take the help, but we don't show our gratitude. And then you are closing your door to them. Trust me. People lined up to ask for the help. If you don't thank them, they will not recognize next time. So we need to start appreciating people who help. We do that in our company. We need to do with people who helped us. Another thing, as a human being, we are born to progress in life. A child wants to be adult. A student wants to do a PhD. A businessman wants to grow his business. Any sphere of life that we engage in life, we are born to progress in life. We don't like to be at the same place. This is very important because we are born to progress whether we like it or not. And in the process, there will be a lot of distractions and barriers. And to overcome that, we need perseverance. Perseverance helps you stop taking U-turn. We have to keep marching forward. I told you overcoming barriers, limitations, weakness. You know what that means? LBW. What happens in cricket if LBW? You are out. Think, if you don't want to be out in life, remind yourself about LBW. Perseverance is very important. I faced a lot of challenges in my life, but I never gave up, including this university. Not knowing this business of running a university, building a university, I was told that this is not possible, that value-based education is not possible. There are a lot of naysayers. I didn't give up. 14 years ago, I didn't give up. The most important thing is what is needed for society, what is needed for stakeholders. If you know that, then you don't need to change yourself. You need to go forward. Goodness is another quality that we all need to have. Goodness in our thinking, in our feeling, in our attitude, in our behavior. Because goodness makes you happy also. Because when you give something, it gives satisfaction of being satisfied that you are seeing other people's happiness given back to you as a happy person. Another thing is peace. We live in a very chaotic world right now. Based on ignorance, falsehood, darkness, and we need to get out of that negative ecosystem and to keep our sanity. We need to have a base of peace. I suggest to have you go to our sales fee, Sierbindo Integral Life Center. We have created standalone as a meditation center. If you have not gone to, please go there, experience it, and see what vibration you get. Because peace is very fundamental to keep our sanity. Because we live in a world which will give you stress, which will confuse you, which will give you a hopelessness in life. To help yourself, we need equilibrium. Equilibrium means equanimity. Second adhyaya of Gita, Sthita Prajna. It's not easy, but we have no choice but to be. Otherwise, you will be shaken. The ecosystem is so terrible right now. In order to keep our sanity, we need to have equanimity in ourselves. The last is generosity. Generosity, not giving check only, but to think wide, deep and high. To think beyond yourself. Because that will broaden your horizon to look beyond yourself. Because we all think in what is in front, narrow. We need to think above ourselves. And this is what Disha Foundation is doing. The volunteers are doing. They are thinking beyond themselves. So generosity is not writing check. It is about broaden your horizons of feeling your outlook about the world and what it you facing. So I want you to keep this thing. 12 core living principles is your toolkit for life. In our university, we do not give degree for living only. We give degree for life. This 12 living principle can help you navigate anything that you chose to live or decide to live in your life. These are core values. They are available to you. We have our logos also imprinted. All are represented there. Our logo also represents our vision, mission and core values. I don't have a time, but I can explain you that all are, this logo has the meaning of everything that we talked about. The 4 petals in the middle is 4 tracks of education, mental, vital, physical and spiritual. Then we have 2 triangles. Go back. Then we have 2 triangles, which is, we are aspiring to go from where we are to higher. Student comes here looking for knowledge, our faculty gives knowledge to them. We use these 12 core values I just spoke about to help them, to actualize them. As a corporate world, we serve 4 stakeholders: student, parents, faculty, industry and community. Again, we as an organization looking to progress, grow, learn best practices of people who are more successful organizations, bring it down to us. Again, we use 12 core values to do that. And this has the spiritual meaning. The 4 petals represent 4 Mahashaktis. One is Maheshwari, Mahalakshmi, Mahakali, and Mahalakshmi. Mahasaraswati. We are living in lower consciousness as a human being, from animal to human. We are aspiring to go to the higher consciousness in life. The higher consciousness wants to descend into lower consciousness and help through their grace and uplift us. These 4 are Mahashaktis currently managing this universe. We are managing our own business, our own institutions. But who is managing this universe? Have you ever thought about it? Now this is given, these 12 core values again we use to actually awaken the grace of these 4 Mahashaktis. When you go to CLC, the Seventh Integral Life Center, you will see 4 meditation chambers. You can sit there, feel it, it has different feeling. Now at the end of the day, what is the outcome? Is light and enlightenment. This is what we need in life, light and enlightenment. Because we live in ignorance. Our operating system is still flawed. It needs upgrading. So, this is our logo. This is all why I'm telling you this. We talk about institutionalizing leadership development. I am giving you a roadmap how a real life example of Oro University. I have applied same theory in building my company, in building the AHOA. We had also help in AHLA when I was chairman. So anything you do, remember to keep Disha. And Disha is your vision. And vision is not static. Vision is not changing. You need to know what you represent. What you saw was developed 14 years ago and is still relevant today. And it does not bind you to do any actions. All could be done within that. So thank you for giving me this opportunity to share with you my thoughts on leadership. Most important thing for all of you is to ultimately, you need to be responsible for your own success. Through your actions, through your leadership, through your courage, and through your tenacity. You have the promise, you have the power, and you have the potential. A first generation immigrant in US with $2, an accidental hotelier, a now accidental educator. If I can do it, you can do it. Thank you. So if you have time, I don't mind entertaining any questions.
हैंड राइज करके सर से क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं और हम माइक उनके पास लेके जाएंगे. आपके हैंड राइज. Hello, good evening, sir. I'm Gaurav. Sir, my question to you is that how did you really tackle all these situations when you were abroad, and how did you really lead these situations, and how you really kept going when all the things are against you and all the odd things really happens to you? How did you really kept going? I just want to know how did you really lead all these things? Thank you.
So, first of all, you need to believe in yourself, in your capacity, because others cannot be responsible for your success. Always remember that. You are accountable for your own success. Second is, you need to have faith in yourself. And then do whatever best you can do, possibly you can do. I give you a formula, LBW. Identify those, work on it. I can, paucity of time, I could not give you real life example of mine. But you can sit, list out what comes in the way. Let's say, give you example. He said that when I got my first property, I had only $8,000. I committed $30,000 to invest in 1973, 50 years ago. At age 25, I got my first motel. I have no experience. I asked the seller to teach me about hotels. I didn't know how to make a bed. I borrowed money from friends and relatives. Now why they will bet on a guy who doesn't know anything about hotel business? Why they will bet? So I want you to learn how to develop a trust and ask help. Create mentor to help you. And that will help you overcome the barriers and limitation you face in life. Because all of us face some problems. Trust me, I have faced more. Because I'm doing more things. So, and they are different. Do you know that I'm alien in this, my own country? Because the operating system is different here. I come from the system where things gets easily done. Here is challenge. But I took it. And I don't have any regret. So I'm just giving you my example. If more specific you have, we can talk one to one. Pardon me, I'm sometimes not able to hear properly the questions.
As you mentioned, we need a mentor in life. So my question is how to get a proper mentor in life so they can show us the way for future in life.
Okay, very good question. I have noticed that we live 4 lives. All of us. One life we live is economic and career life. Second life we live is social and family life. Third life we live is personal life, where you can say my hobby is my interest. Other 2 doesn't belong to you. You work for somebody. In a practical sense. You are working for other people. You are helping other people. You are engaged with other people. But in personal life, you are engaged yourself. The 4th life we live is religious and spiritual life. But do you know that as a human being, it is in descending order of importance and priority in our life. It should be in ascending order of importance. This is the biggest challenge humanity faces. Because we have put top priority economic and social, personal, and the last priority is spiritual. Balancing them will create the harmony within you, in your action, in your thinking, in your whatever you do in dealings. When you establish harmony within you, you are happy. And when you are happy, you are creative. And when you are creative, you will be able to find solutions to all the problems that you face in life. Because remember, we talked about 4 operating systems. All these 4. So you need to have 4 mentors. Because the one which is economic and career life may not be good for spiritual life. And social also. A Swami cannot tell you how to live a married life. He may give you advice, but he's not expert on it. So this is very important that you appoint a right mentor for 4 lives that will live. Because a right mentor reduces time of learning. They give you wisdom through which you reduce your time of learning and use it.
Good evening, sir. Myself, Heta Desai. I'm a teacher by profession. And my question is, many times I found my students were asking for shortcuts. So can you elaborate it a little that are they all right or I'm making some mistake that no, always the shortcuts are not the way, right? So please elaborate it. I want to ask you this.
Well, you can tell them that life is a journey. There are no shortcuts in life. They didn't grow up at 20-year-old, 15-year-old overnight. They had to go through 15 years before they were in your class. They need to understand that first. Then they will know that A small kid wants to be big, he cannot. He needs to understand that. So this is how you give them practical example that there are no shortcuts in life. And if there are shortcuts in life, you can say, I can use it. I can share with you, but I don't think. You have to be very frank with them. There are no shortcuts in life.
Hello sir, myself Disha and I'm a student of Aurora University. So I want to ask you that in your life you also might have faced lot of problems, as your life is very inspiring to all of us sitting over here. And so how you maintain all these principles in your life and your business or in your personal growth?
Can you please repeat the question?
So your life is actually really very inspiring to all of
Yeah,
us.
okay.
So in your life, throughout your journey, you have faced various problems and you have overcome through it. So how you maintain all these principles in your life, your business?
Good question. These 12 living principles that I shared with you, do you realize that all of you are using in varying degrees? I want you to start observing yourself. We all are using in varying degrees this thing. Question is, we are not aware of it. What at Aurora University we are introducing through Science of Living compulsory course, and that they should be aware of it. I want you to, so I always look at, now I'm sharing with you a formula again, that always remember where you stack up in this four steps. First, you need to be aware of it, of anything. Then you start believing in what you are aware of it. Then third stage comes in, that you are convinced in which word you believe in. And the fourth is faith. You know what is faith? Sri Aurobindo said, faith is unmanifest reality. What that means? We know there is God, but we don't see Him, we don't feel Him, because it's unmanifest reality. It's reality, but it's unmanifest. Now we have to see whether this creation, who made this, then we start believing it. We have soul within us, but we don't feel it. We don't even dialogue with it. We only know that when it leaves our body, we are dead. That much we know. But we are not having any communication with our soul. We are only having communication with our operating system, which is physical, mental, and mind. So, to answer your question, the spiritual base is very important to face any challenges we face. Because I already told you equanimity is important, peace is important in life. And when you develop that, the universal forces are operating, but we have not tapped into it. When you have sincere efforts and aspiration, they get activated. In my case, it always activated. Why? Because I have aspiration, whether I know it or not, but I am having grace of my Guru, which is Shri and Mother. So, it is also required in life. When we tap into that higher power through our prayers, aspiration, somehow some person comes in your way and helps you come out of it. Always happens. Yes.
We are running out of time, so next session starts.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I highly appreciate your time. Thank you.